Hey guys, welcome back to Kay's Corner where positive vibes transforms lives. Join me on a journey of empowerment and embrace your full potential. Today's topic is ACEs, adverse childhood experiences. And what that pretty much means is anything you identify as a trauma in your childhood. So that could be from hurricanes, enduring poverty, enduring physical, verbal, and or sexual abuse in your childhood. I'm going to be talking about how your ACEs have molded the way you adopt and behave and how it affects you today. And I'll also be teaching you how to reframe that and using the skills that you do have and fine-tuning them in despite of your upbringing. Upbringing has a lot to do with how you do things today, how you communicate, how you behave, and even how you think. Your upbringing is pretty much your entire environment as a child. So that could have been your disciplines, right? How your parent disciplined you, what type of parent you had, right? Did you have a passive parent? Did you have a absent parent, a dominant parent, a controlling parent? I'm going to be talking a little bit about the cause and effect of our upbringing. And I'm going to fast forward because this is very general. I'm not going to get too much into how, for example, verbal abuse affects you. But I will be saying generalized version of these things. So as you know, everything has a cause and effect. And that is a universal law. So, for example, most of the times when we have ACEs or adverse childhood experiences, any form of trauma, we tend to want to take and exert control over things. Unfortunately, a lot of these things that we try to take control of, we really don't have any control over. But we create an illusion in our mind to try to exert some form of control. This is common because in our childhood, in some form or another, someone or something has stripped away that feeling of control, which strips away your security and stability. Some of the things that are common in people with trauma is impulsivity, poor impulse control, the want of instant gratification. Unfortunately, these types of people that channel it in the wrong way end up in bad situations and often have poor behaviors. Instant gratification isn't really realistic, right? Anything, any goal that you want to achieve, it's going to take a little bit of time, grace, and patience. But what happens is we don't have that type of patience when we have that type of trauma because it's more of a sense of control. An example of this is eating habits, poor eating habits. We statistically see all through America and any other place obesity, right? And this is just one out of so many examples. Most of these things are caused by emotional eating. You eat when you are frustrated, you eat when you are sad, and we tend to lean towards poor food choices. Again, impulsivity, not thinking with logic, not thinking with discipline, and just thinking and being driven by emotions. Eating, for example, in this case, is something that you were able to control. You're able to control the types of foods you put in your body. It's a form of exerting control. Another nice one and another great example is procrastination. Procrastination is really tough, especially if you want to get things done. Any student or entrepreneur or even worker can really identify this. People tend to procrastinate when they often have fear of the unknown. Time, what you do, is a form of you exerting your own authority over your life and your own control. You can control your time, control how you do things, control when you do things. But again, that's something that might be impulsive because you're not using discipline in order to do the things you need to do to get done. If you have a certain goal, it's important to get it done. So then why do you procrastinate? Procrastination is something a lot of people tend to have due to these habits of wanting to obtain that control that they didn't have as children. Lack of discipline is another great example. Last example, it's just a form of you being able to take control of your life, because maybe you did grow up getting excessive corporal punishment, and maybe your parent was very controlling, very hard on you, didn't give you room for learning, didn't give you room to make mistakes, because if you did make a mistake, it would come with a big punishment. And even if it wasn't big to everyone else, it was big to you because it's a part of your core memory. So I want you to take some of these examples and the example you have, the pain point in your life, the challenge in your life, and I want you to walk through this exercise with me. This exercise will help you develop skills on how to overcome your challenges. So the first step is I want you to define the problem clearly. Okay, what does that look like? Making sure you know exactly what the problem is before solving. So I gave you 3 examples previously. Use your own example and make sure you define the problem clearly. For a lot of us who procrastinate, break down the problem. So that is step 2. Breaking it down, making it into sections. This is going to divide the problem into smaller or more manageable parts to tackle each aspect individually. This will help you because you won't focus on how big the project is. And if you have issues with that, just tell yourself, no problem is too big for you to solve. Okay? Step 3, brainstorm solutions. Think out of the box. Call up your boyfriends and girlfriends and friends and family and your mentor, your therapist. Maybe even talk to them. Get their perspective on things. Generate as many solutions, even if they are far-fetched. Step 4, evaluate every solution. Always consider pros and cons and assess their feasibility and potential results. Step 5, choose the best solution. Choose the most effective and practical solution. Step 6, take action. Oftentimes, we get this thing called analysis paralysis. Don't let that happen to you. Take action. Implement your chosen solution and monitor its outcome. Step 7, reflect and adjust. Reflect on the effectiveness of the solution and be willing to adjust and improve it. Okay? This will always help you for the future. Fine-tuning these skills. Step 8, learn from the process. Use each experience as an opportunity and improve your skills for what life throws at you. You will continuously find a bad habit, a poor decision, or whatever it is, and I want you to use these 8 steps to improve your life. Well, that's all, folks. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And if you guys want more positive vibes, stay tuned. I will be always posting videos on my channel. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I love you guys. I'm all about loving ourselves and loving each other, and no more self-doubt, no more negative vibes and thoughts and none of that. We're throwing that out the window and we're staying positive. Love you guys. Until next time.